The time has come for you to lip sync for your life. And we're live. I hope we're live. Y'all know how my intranet can be a little weird. Show me some love if we're live. Yes. Greetings. Salutations. There's so much stuff in the way. Hello. I'm sorry, there's so many things in my way. Okay. Hi, Stephanie Sterling. I see you there. Somebody's Ben. Well, he might be the bedroom. Hi. Greetings, everyone. It's so good to see you. Thank you for being a friend. Yeah. That's the only version we know. We are live and live in color, and welcome to Ask Amber. If you hear somebody snoring, that is the lovely Gucci Deshaun Wallen in the background. He's having an amazing day, but he is a little snory, a little loud. Hopefully everyone's having a magical little Thursday. I have been really enjoying looking over. Please type in the chat if you're one of the Black businesses that have submitted for the month of February. I have just been living my best life looking over those. Oh, yes, you know I have to do a quick intro, and then we're going to do a little impersonation, and we're going to get this party started. Hey, motherfuckers and non-motherfuckers, niggas and non-niggas, welcome to Ask Amber. Yes, you're a mess, but say it with your chest. We always start the top of the show. We always start the top of the show with a little impersonation that I like to do, and then you get to guess in the comments who I am impersonating. I think tonight's is pretty easy, but, you know, sometimes they're not. So here I go. Oh, yeah, I love the people that have submitted. Yes, here go the impersonations. This is me trying not to show my little rap stuff underneath here. So pardon the wig. Okay, this is somebody interviewing this person. Let me start. If a man were to come into your life, would you compromise? A man come into my life and I compromise? Stupid. A man come into my life and I have to compromise. Do we know who that friend is? We know who that is. I fucked up in the beginning because I was so focused on this person's voice that I didn't get this person's voice right. Let's try that one more time. But what if a man were to come into your life? Would you compromise then? Stupid. A man come into my life, I have to compromise. For what? For what? What mean compromise? Yes. That is the fabulous Eartha Kitt. Eartha, I'm not compromising motherfucker Kit. So let that please be the guiding light for tonight's discussion. Just to remind us and ground us, if you will. Tonight, Madam Zeroni, correct. Tonight we are talking all about those little creator tips, okay? So like Instagram tips, ticks, dicks, Instagram tips, TikTok tips, or any general questions about the business form, okay? So please, if you pop on tonight, because I know we had this happen last week and I was nice about it, but this week I'm going to say, is your question about the business, okay? Because we got Black History Month coming up and we're going to have to charge people that, you know, I ain't got my T.S. Madisons no more, but you know what I'm talking about. It's time to get after that money, friends. So now let's go ahead and open up the chat with all of your creator questions. I also see that y'all, you know, I'm not super young, but I'm not super old. So I also see that through here, y'all can ask questions about things. Oh, there were questions about like that people dropped earlier today. So I have somebody in the chat right now. We're about to let friends in to talk about a little bit of business. Yo, it's so good to see y'all. I'm not brushing this wig. I just want y'all to know. I'm going to always just tease it out. And one day it's going to be huge. Hello. I see a spinning wheel, but it could be me. You know how this Chicago internet could go. Greetings. Are you there? Is it me you're looking for? Oh, friend, the internet. Well, we do see a very lovely white wall. I think I see a light switch. Maybe I'll let you go and then you can come back in. Maybe that's a thing. Okay, we'll try that. Is that just my screen, y'all? It's just frozen on my end. Somebody said. Okay, we're gonna take the next caller. Okay, we're gonna take the next caller because it's like that sometimes. It be like that sometimes. Am I frozen? When y'all say it's frozen, is it me or the other person? Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, friend?
I'm good. I finally made the live. It's like I'm always doing something and I gotta watch the replays, but I'm happy to be here.
Oh, I'm happy you're here as well. Now, before we get started, are you calling in with creator and business questions?
Yeah, I do.
Perfect. What is your name?
I'm LaDon. I'm also from Chicago, but I'm in Ohio right now for college.
Oh, nice. Greetings, LaDon. Okay, well, talk to me, LaDon.
So, I am also a media professional myself. I recently graduated from Illinois Media School.
Oh,
And
congratulations.
thank you. My question is, like, how do you like differentiate like what's for you and your brand and what's not?
Okay, so what's for you and your brand and what's not? Could you give me some examples of things that is this about the content you're creating?
Yeah, more so like the like once you create the content, like how do you know like or how do you set boundaries for what do you allow to be associated with your name or your brand?
Okay. Well, I think I'm probably going to keep probing you for questions. I
Yeah.
think your brand should be all about, it's a piece of hair in my mouth. It should be all about what you are interested in. Okay. So I have a couple of different things that I separate that I'm interested in. So one thing I am interested in that I really enjoy doing is yoga. Okay. So I have my yoga page, my yoga brand, and I got certified to teach yoga classes. And I was teaching yoga classes for a couple of years. I'm just taking a break now because I'm pregnant, but I also
Mhm.
enjoy comedy. So then a little bit of the comedy seeps into that yoga brand, but also I have, comedy. You might have seen some
Yeah.
character work, some things like that. So it really comes down to like what you're interested in. Now let's talk a little bit about, you said something about how do you know what's not for you? Can you pitch me an example of something that might have came your way that wasn't for you?
Well, so I've also went to Second City and it was kind of hard because like it was a lot going on that just like wasn't for me. And then if you're from Chicago or know about the Chicago area, a lot of people was like telling me that it was a big opportunity and something I should have stuck and hold on to, but I just
So you were signed up to take classes at Second City?
yeah, I took improv twice at Second City.
Okay, so
So
you took improv like A and B.
yes.
Okay,
Uh
so
Now
you're
they do it
interested in,
by numbers though.
oh, it's
So I
okay, or
took
one or two.
improv 1 and 2. Yeah.
So you're interested in comedy?
Yeah. I also like wanna do the YouTube thing, but for now I just edit for other people. But I'm trying to segue into making more content for myself.
Okay, I love that. I think it would really help to just sit down at the kitchen table one day and say, like, what am I actually interested in? Because
Yeah.
I know, and I'm just telling you this from a couple of I'm not talking shit about anybody who has submitted the business form, but I will say on some of the business forms that I've been reviewing, when people try to do too many things, it is very, very, very confusing to the buyer. Okay. So when
Right.
you say, hey, my name is Amber, I sell candles, handbags, lashes, fitness classes, I'm a birth worker, and I'm an author. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
what do you do really, really well? So I think the best thing to do would be to think about like the one or two things you really do well, and then just like punch those really well, because sometimes, capitalism and everything, we have a habit of trying to monetize every little hobby that we
Yeah.
have. So just I would love for you to just sit down and reflect on what are the things that I enjoy doing and what do I do well, and then everything else you got to leave it there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People have
Yeah.
asked me all the time, like, oh, you do yoga? You should sell mats. You and Ben should sell merch. It's like, but I don't like doing that. I like
Right.
to make funnies and I like to breathe on my mat. I don't want to sell beads, waist beads. I don't want to sell supplements. None of that, So my biggest, push for you As I wrap up here, would be to find what you really, really enjoy doing and just stick with that, okay?
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, LaDon. I will see you next
Yeah.
time. Keep me
All
posted,
right.
okay?
And congrats on your pregnancy.
Oh, thank you, friend. All right now.
All right.
Friends, yes, that would be my biggest advice for those of you who are just joining. We're doing a little creator and business talks, if you will, because we love a little business, and we love sometimes thinking like, oh, I enjoy doing this thing. Should it be a business? Should it be a brand? Should I sell this? Should I own this? Should I website this? And sometimes the answer is yes, and sometimes the answer is no. Okay, we don't have to try to monetize everything. So do 2 or 3 things well. Let's take some more calls, shall we? Hey, Courtney. Oh, I know who this is. This is one of my former students. Hello. Can you see me? Can you hear me? I got you. Hello, Zakia.
Hi! I did not expect to get put on this quick.
You're here, my love.
Yes, yes.
Well, I know who you are. Your locks look phenomenal. Why don't you give us a full 360?
Oh, full 360
or a 180, whatever
right.
You're able to do. You are glowing, my dear.
Thank you. My goodness.
All right, talk to me, Zakia. Zakia is one of my former students. She's amazing. She has this whole any lock information that you need. She is the queen of locks. You know, I had to give up my locks because I got extensions because I was being lazy, and then the extensions started making my hair fall out. So I was like, you know what? Let's just shave off and we'll start from ground zero. And then I just didn't start from ground zero again. So, but you talked to me. You called in. Come on, girl. Give it to me.
Okay. So I'm trying to kind of figure out how to grow my brand because I have managed to get a TikTok following. That's really like giving me the biggest challenge. I had a video that just like randomly got picked up by the algorithm and it got 2.3 million.
Yes.
So I'm
girl, it be like that.
Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, what should I do next to kind of, get me back on the algorithm? Because I've been posting, but TikTok wasn't really like my main app. Like I'll be more on Instagram than I am on TikTok. But I'm like, TikTok seems to be the wave I need to be trying to hop on. So I want tips for how to, better use my TikTok page before nobody cares about my video anymore.
I love that. So here's the thing, Zakia. All of your content is going to be very specific, right? It's like lock journey, tips, tricks, retwist, curls, right?
Uh-huh.
So when it comes to that stuff, you kind of got a really nice situation because people love to see tutorials, okay? People love to see how you colored your hair, how you cut it, how you styled it, and all of that. I would say keep making those videos and get a little bit more consistent with it. I think I follow at least your TikTok. I'm not sure about your Instagram, but I will after this. But get really, really clear about like every Tuesday, every Thursday, I'm gonna post Thursday tips, or I'm gonna do Throwback Thursday where I can show y'all what my locks looked like 5 years ago or whatever. People love to see like where you started. And I'm gonna give you a piece of advice, okay? Can you still see me? Oh, okay. Sorry. You're a little blurry, but my shit is very wretched, so I can understand if I'm blurry as well. I'm gonna give you a little pro tip. The the natural hair community and naysayers of that can be vicious, okay? Because everybody does hair differently. Everybody recommends different products. Everybody got something to say, or everybody go, one day you see somebody calling somebody nappy head bitch, all this kind of stuff. I want you to really, really focus on ignoring that, because TikTok, while it is amazing for exposure, people get out of line in those comment sections. And I would highly recommend, because I caught myself doing this very early in my TikTok journey, which, what is that, a year ago? When I first came on TikTok, I was like, I have to turn these comments off because I have made myself vulnerable. I have put my marriage out there, and I'm reading comments that say like, what a sellout, another blah, 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 all of that. And I'm like, well, you know what? I don't give a fuck about any of these comments. I really don't. So I'm going to let other people that love me defend me in the comments, and I'm going to leave the comment section to the viewers. Like, that's their time to have fun. So don't ever, because you're young, you're gorgeous, and you got your locks are fucking amazing. So do not let people get to your head about locks. Because I think I saw something on your page the other day. Like, why don't you talk through what was on the page the other day?
Well, frequently I've been getting people who I'm kind of getting backlash because they kind of feel like I'm trying. Okay, let me go back. Like, the purpose of my page is like trying to encourage people just to not feel anything negative when it comes to like their natural hair, especially when it's like in its beginning stages with the locks. So I kind of, my whole thing is like, don't say the word ugly phase on my page, because that's the common thing for people to say. So I've been getting pushback from people with that. And, I'll have people in my DMs calling me ignorant, saying like I'm trying to do too much and all this. And I was taking it personally initially, because I'm like, well, like, I'm just trying to, spread positivity. What's the problem? But
What's the problem?
Like I can't control anyone. I can just put my word out and let it be.
And it's funny because the biggest naysayers of the content follow you on all the platforms.
Exactly.
Like, I have had people DM me some vicious stuff about me, about Ben, and they follow me on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. They listen to the podcast. I'm like, what is the deal with right? Like, you hate me and you are actually putting money in my pocket. So I'm going to just like literally, I'm going to mute you. Like, you don't know that you're muted, but you are muted. And I see them in the comments every now and then. My sister's like, I'm about to take this bitch out. And I'm like, don't. She follows me. She follows me on everything. Don't. Just let them argue. You know what I'm saying? Because
that's engagement at the end of the day.
It's engagement. And people are very, very ignorant about locks specifically. They are. Because I remember being in, the bug phase of locks. And people are like, that's a part of it. The locks start short. I don't understand, like, and they're beautiful. That is a part of it.
That's my whole purpose, because whenever people be like, oh, I want my hair like yours, I'll be like, okay, what's stopping you? Oh, I don't want to go through the ugly phase. Like, I don't like that, because that's what's holding people back. People are worried about how they look to others. If you love yourself, then what other people say won't matter. So that's what I'm trying to do. That's it. And people be mad, but look.
Let them be mad, because it all just goes back to how they feel about themselves. Oh, man, because, I got especially with women, because we are very afraid of having an ugly phase, but I got the fucking hairiest armpits you ever seen in your life. And people will stay in my DMs about, like, girl, how you call yourself selling products and you got hair under your arms? It's like, well, you still follow me on all the platforms, so it's working. Exactly. Like, this is the reality. I work from the house. Ain't nobody shaving their armpits to go where? And it's keeping me warm. Keeping me warm during the Chicago winter. Get your thought. So please, my last thing with that, yes, is just keep doing what you're doing. Keep those videos at under 30 seconds. If you can, caption them, because you reach a whole new audience when you caption. I'm not sure if you have been or not.
Yeah, I learned that. Like, my views will go up on the videos I have a caption on. I noticed that. So
because like, okay. People who can hear like to read captions. I watch subtitles on everything. Makes it better. It does. It makes it better. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep making those videos. Like, literally hold yourself to 3 videos a week and ignore the ugly phase people. Or you can say, like, let's demystify what an ugly phase is. Let's unpack that. But don't ever go back and forth in the comments. You promise me?
Okay. Yes, I promise.
Yay! Love you, Sakia. Please drop your handle in there so I can like shout it out. Because you're incredible. I love you, girl.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, bye. And I'm gonna call you if I start my lock journey again.
Please do.
I will. I have considered starting locks again, but just I stopped doing them because I was doing heated yoga, and every time I went to get a retwist, they would unravel like in the class. But I loved having locks. I love seeing people's lock journey. There's no ugly phase of lock journeys. Like, that's not a thing. Have you seen fucking Lauryn Hill? That's not a thing. All right. Let's keep the magic going. If you're just joining us, welcome to Ask Amber. We're doing a creator series, a business series, a branding series, if you will. And so, yeah, let's keep the jackets coming. I did get what the fuck is this? These questions, I'm so sorry. I'm so bad about these questions on the side. It's like the people chatting in. How did you get, so here's a question we have from the streets. I don't want to call the streets, but people not calling in, but submitting questions. How did you get started with blogging? How did you get comfortable with sharing your life in the digital world? So I am somebody who has never had a problem sharing at all. So that just always came easy for me. But sometimes when I first started trying to do stand-up in Chicago, so when you're a stand-up comedian, which I am not, but I had done stand-up before and it wasn't horrible. When you're a stand-up, it is you talking on stage to yourself. You are basically talking to yourself on stage. Like, that's what stand-up is. And so sometimes you're like, this is funny to me, but I got to test out this material on people. So one way I would sometimes test out my stand-up would be two things. One, I was a high school teacher, so maybe I would tell a little joke in class and see how the kids responded. And if they responded well, I would write that in my journal. And two, I would blog it on the phone, post it on Instagram or Snapchat or whatever I was on at the time. And then if that post received a lot of funnies, then I would take it out of that. So if you're looking at like the model of how I do things, if you follow me on Instagram, you might be looking at the TikTok version of that 2 or 3 days after I posted on Instagram. So I take people who respond to my content on Instagram, because that literally tells me like what people think is the most funny. Like, I was doing that hair tutorial a couple days ago and I was like, oh, I look like I got freedom papers in my pocket. And so many people responded to that I was like, oh, I should make this into a TikTok. That's what drives me. So I say record a little bit of everything you do, maybe post it to your story, and then if people respond to that, make it into a TikTok. But also TikTok, I mean, I had put some of my best work on TikTok and people didn't think it was funny, but it killed on Instagram. So you just never know. But just create as much as possible, as many materials as you can. We have another caller coming. I feel like I have spoken to this person before, but come on in the room. If you're there, hello.
Hi.
Yes, I've seen you before. The hot dogs, right?
Yes.
Yes, welcome back. Why don't you introduce people to yourself and your brand?
Howdy, people. I am Tony Pop, aka Between the Buns, and aka Glizzy Goddess. I review hot dogs and talk about hot dog related things.
I love it. What got you into that, if you don't mind me asking? I'm very curious.
I really love hot dogs, and I don't know, a few people have always been like, you like hot dogs, and I never took it in. I was just like, no,
So you like crave hot dogs?
Sometimes, mostly when I'm drunk. Mostly when I'm drunk.
I mean, no, hot dogs are delicious.
Oh yeah. So then I was up in Chicago, and my ex, he was kind of like, there's a dude with Barstool who does hot dog stuff, and he was like, you could do this but better, and you're way more attractive. And so I was like, and I just kind of got into it.
You said your ex-boyfriend said that? Okay then. I'll ask you later why y'all broke up, because he helped you sort of start the business a little bit. But I'm sure if you broke up with him, it was for a good reason. Okay, Tony, what talk to me.
Okay, so it's kind of like, I don't know, like a two answer question maybe. But so since I'm doing something so niche, it's kind of hard to I don't know, I can't expand too much on other things. Otherwise that kind of takes away the focus of what I do specifically, hot dogs. But I'm having, I don't know, I guess I'm kind of in a little funk right now. It's been really hard for me to kind of connect with other creators here, because it seems like a lot of the creators in St. Louis, that's where I'm at, work together a lot. They collab together a lot. But St. Louis is also kind of notorious for being kind of cliquey. And that kind of falls in with the adulthood here, which is interesting. So it's been kind of hard to connect with other creators. There's been some people who were like, hey, let's do stuff, and then it kind of falls through. Or, I'll message people and I don't hear anything. So it's
what kind of people are you looking to collab with?
Just other food content creators here. I want to start a series that's hot dog with the homies, where I go out and I have hot dogs with other content creators and other stuff like that. Just random things. I did have a girl who does art, and she's like, I do art drunk. That's her thing. And she's like, let's just do hot dog paintings or something.
Like a painting dog.
Yeah. Anything. I feel like I have something unique where I can do a lot of stuff, but it's so unique that I also can't. And so
I love how unique That is, I would say, so are you sold on it having to be St. Louis creators? Because I think, I mean, I know a couple of Chicago creators, but sometimes it's just like, oh, I hate cooking and this person over here can cook. Let's do an Instagram series and they live in Alaska, you know?
Yeah. So no, I'm not strictly stuck here. I think the biggest thing about me being here, there's a local tequila company that sponsors me, which is super cool.
Yeah.
Supportive, and like they helped me get an event that's coming up soon, which is super awesome. So I'm not opposed to like extending out to other content creators, but I feel like since I'm here, I don't know, and that's the other half of it is like I don't know where to try to get my reach. I don't know if I should be focusing on trying to get my reach in St. Louis. I'm originally from New Mexico, so I have a lot of friends from New Mexico who support me, and I'm like, I don't know if I need to just try to, you know, not even get people who know me. Obviously, you want to go beyond that, but I don't know where to kind of have that focus. You know what I mean?
Right. Do you have a TikTok?
I do, and I just feel like I don't know. I was pretty active on it for a little bit. I was like really trying. Like I started a whole series, not a whole. I got a couple episodes of like people I want to have a hot dog with. I thought that would be cool, like celebrities or like influencers
Yeah, I love that.
on it. So maybe I need to pick that up. But like,
You should.
such a beast. Like it's been hard for me to kind of navigate on TikTok.
Yeah, I understand that, but I think you should get rid of the mindset that it has to be somebody local. Like I get that you want to work with somebody local because the tequila company's there, but like hopefully they can ship tequila out to anybody.
Oh, and they can
Right. And so I think it should just be just like active steps towards soliciting collaboration from other people. Okay, because I remember at the top of January, I was like, Ben, I want to do something where I like work with other Black businesses, but like ain't nobody gonna respond to this, but we'll see what happens. And it's gotten a really good response. So sometimes it's creating something and just sending people an email, like sit down one day and say, here are 10 creators that I really love. I love what they're doing. It doesn't even matter if what they're doing is not closely related to your brand. Because I think, you know, we had somebody call earlier, and I was talking about how I hate when people have too many things going on.
Yeah.
I actually love that all you do is hot dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you could easily team up with like hot dogs and hair braiders or whatever. Like I know that is not an exact marriage, but it kind of works really well. Yeah, like go literally DM people with like cool personalities that you could vibe with and just do something like this. Like everything doesn't have to be let's meet in person at this time, but I would just highly recommend you pick like 10 people who you would one day want to work with and just like write how many followers they have, write who their target audience is, so that you can just collaborate with them.
Okay, that's not a bad idea.
Hot dog and wine is what somebody just dropped in there. Y'all drop all of the hot dog collabs that you could do. Like I'm sure there's some Black cat lady who would love to be like cat lady and hot dogs or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think that would bring a freshness to the brand and it would not put so much pressure on you to find somebody in St. Louis.
Gotcha. And then like, so quick, how do you feel like I just got like an offer to do a podcast as far as like having my own podcast, and I have an idea for it, not hot dog related. I think it'll be really good and really cool. I know that you do all of your social media, YouTube and your podcast. Do you feel like it's overwhelming to YouTube and podcast?
Oh, that's a good question. I will say don't try. In my experience, it was a lot easier for me to get my footing with the podcast and then add the visual element. I think I would have crumbled if I tried to start both at the same time. Gotcha. Because even I don't know, I would say like the first 30 episodes of our podcast are very crunchy. Like, cause I'm not a sound engineer. So I'm trying to figure out like, what is the RSS feed? Which audio box should I use? So it would have been so hard to try to film and do that. Whereas now, like Ben and I have a really good rhythm of like, this is the outline. I know how to set up the gear. Let's put the camera on and go. But hey, You want to come here and say it? But it is the visual element is a lot harder.
Yeah. See, mine would just be audio. So. Did I freeze? I see you now.
Somebody was calling me. I was like, why is my phone on? Not okay. So what did you just say?
I said mine would just be audio, but I'm just saying, like, as far as like the time element, does it feel overwhelming to balance?
It doesn't now, but I have a baby due in April, so I will get back to, if we keep the podcast going when this baby's here, those episodes are gonna be 15 minutes because it's gonna be like crying and audio and sound. But I think the visual element does add to the show. I will say that it has been very well received. It's also nice because if people are hearing impaired, they can now put captions on the YouTube video, which was something I always felt a little bit guilty about. But it's hard to start both at the same time. I will fully admit that.
Noted.
And I'm going to be off for Amber next week because I already obligated to something. But on the 27th, I think I'm going to have just a full podcast talk. So let's circle back too.
Yeah.
Okay. I love you, Tony.
Thank you.
Like literally, even if somebody has like 1 million followers on Instagram or something, like I've emailed those people and never gotten a response back. Like people I just admire. Like just put yourself out there. The worst they can do is ignore your email. But like sometimes you might be surprised about people that are like, oh, I already follow you. Like it'll be great.
Okay. Well, thank you for the advice.
Yes. Have a good night. Now I want a hot dog. Bye, friend.
Bye.
All right, y'all. Keep those amazing questions coming. I got a little hot, so I'm literally in just like a little belly shirt here. If you're just joining us, we're just having a little business talk, okay? A little creator talk, because we're trying to really, we set those goals in January. What?
Do you mind if I don't finish the chores you told me to do?
Come here and say that to the camera. Because you were, what?
Amber wants me to finish putting together a shelving and like a baby thing.
You have a baby on the way, so what's the problem?
The baby's due in April, so it's not like an immediate type of thing. I was thinking more I would, masturbate.
Yeah, but the baby could.
I would masturbate, maybe play some video games.
You can masturbate, but you need to I gave you 2 options tonight. You can either put up the shelves or you can put up that chest of drawers.
But I'm asking,
you're asking, can you do neither? You're asking, can you do neither?
There's other things I'd rather.
So what you should really ask is, Amber, how do you feel about me doing less than and you having to pull that weight?
I will.
That's your actual question.
How about I take you out for dinner tomorrow? Like, we do a trade-off, right?
So if you get off for chores tonight, we do dinner tomorrow.
Yeah. Does that sound good?
That's the deal. Go masturbate. Hurry up, too. And don't be loud, because we live. Greetings. God. Lazy sack of shit. I love you, though. You're cute. With your ugly self. Ladies and gentlemen, the white man who ruined my life. I'm just kidding. That was Ben trying to get out of some work. But if he buy me a meal, I'm going to let him get out of the work. Sadly, we're toxic. We have another caller coming in. I'm just too easy. Hello.
Wow. Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. This is amazing.
This is amazing. What is your name, friend?
I am Curly Quiche on Instagram and TikTok.
And is your name Keisha?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I was like, well, just what would you like me to call you? Greetings, Curly Quiche, aka Keisha.
Hi.
Talk
Thank
to me,
you.
Keisha. What's going on, Keisha? I hope you don't have a
No.
lazy
I just
sack of
put
shit in your home.
put my baby to bed. So I was just like, I hopped on and I was like, oh my God, she's on live. And then I saw you're accepting requests. I was like, oh, there's no way I'm going to get on. And then this is
You're
blowing
here.
my mind.
No,
Yeah.
you're here. What's
I
going
actually
on?
got because I followed you on TikTok. You guys are so funny. You're like me and my husband. Like I'm watching you. I'm sure everybody relates. I'm like literally dying with laughter. I'm just like, oh snap. Like the video.
Is your husband white and lazy?
He is.
Well,
He is. He's white. He's geeky. He's a nerd. Like he's just, yeah, all of that. All
It's
of
like,
that.
it's not all bad, but sometimes it's just like, you
It's
couldn't do
awesome.
one of the 2 tasks that I requested tonight. Not one. Yes, you
That is
will
my
be
life.
masturbating
That
alone. You couldn't do one task.
that is my life. Oh my God. I actually signed up for your support Black businesses. That's amazing.
Yay!
I thought that was
Oh,
incredible.
please ask me any questions about that because I know some people
Okay,
probably have some
yes,
questions.
I'm sure a lot of people haven't. So I had sent requests about it because I just completed my first book. I'm a preschool educator, and it's called D is for Dazzling, and it's all about Black children of all capabilities. So I have children playing wheelchair tennis. I have children running in the book who have vitiligo. Like, it's all different Black children, and you don't
Yeah,
see it because it's all about affirmation.
right. I
So
love
it was
that.
really exciting. So I sent it to you. I saw that you had posted it on TikTok, and then I was like, oh, this is amazing. So I sent you, and I know in the questions you were asking, I love how you reiterated, you're like, if you are not a Black-owned business, this is your key. Go away. That's hilarious.
Listen, can I tell you something about that, Keisha? So here's the thing about that, Keisha, real quick. Quick sidebar.
Okay.
So Ben and I
Mhm.
do a Black science fiction and fantasy podcast, right?
Oh,
Where
okay.
we exclusively read Black authors. We exclusively listen
Awesome.
to or movies by Black directors, all in the sci-fi and fantasy realm,
Oh
right?
God, I love that realm so much. Oh my God.
Which we love,
Yes,
but
yeah.
even so, I will get submissions all the time, and we don't even really do a lot of submissions. We're like, there's so much out there. First, let's do that first.
Yeah.
I will get messages constantly from allies and white authors saying, hey, I know you only review Black people, but can I like all of the characters in this book are people of
Yeah.
color, all of the characters in this book are
Yeah.
have physical disabilities, like would you please consider and so, and then I've also done some yoga events in the past that I have wanted to keep like safe, all Black, like holding spaces, and people will still be like, not Black,
Can I
but I'm an
join?
ally, just here to support. So I talked to another creator, and she was like, the one thing that I always put on my forums is which of your parents are Black, because
Yes.
that is the cue to people, like, even
Wait a
though
second. Yeah.
that is the biggest cue of like, I'm not supposed to be here, because
Yeah.
just calling something Black these days is not enough of a cue.
And it's interesting because I had never seen that question on a forum before. So I thought it was really interesting. I mean, you're American and I'm Canadian, and we have different, just with regards to the political sphere here, it's very different than in the US. I'm sorry, girl. I'm sorry. It's so different.
Yeah, real different.
But don't get it twisted. We have a lot of ingrained systemic racism here. But it's interesting because I've never seen that on a forum, and I thought it was a great question.
Yes, if you ever
Really
want to
good.
just feed out people. Okay, now I'll cut you off. I'm gonna go back to your story, but I had to.
Oh, no.
I had to be like, even if I call this just Black, I'm gonna get questions about like, what
Yep.
about Afro Latinas? It's like, do you have a Black parent? Yes.
Yeah.
Then go.
Then you're good.
Go.
Then you're
Right.
good. Then you fall in the sphere. And the thing is, too, is just that you see so many people that try to come in and they have the best intentions, but it's like there are not a lot of spaces for us.
There's not.
So why are you trying to take it? I was reading about someone, Kisha, I can't remember her last name, and she had started a blog. And when she started it, she was looking for support as a mom with autism. She had children who were autistic, and she was looking for that support, and she couldn't find it. And so she got kicked off of a Facebook group for supporting another mom, because when they were talking about it, they were saying that in the Caribbean culture, when you talk about children with autism, a lot of the times they're just thinking it's bad behavior. And it's that kind of mentality. So they're just like, oh, that kid's just wicked. That kid is just not listening. It's not nice, you know? And it's just like that toxicity. And people weren't understanding in that group. And she had to go create her own sphere. Now my girl's making like $500,000 a year. She is golden. She is setting the bar. She is connecting with other Black moms and helping them. And it's amazing to see.
Yes. Let's get specific about it. And it's just, we as Black people do that all the time. Like, we're like, if something doesn't say Black, we don't go to it. But other people don't do that. I have gone to so many auditions that have requested like African American singer, and I'll go into the audition and see people of all races. I'm like, yo,
Did you read
this sheet of paper and still decided to come? We don't do
Did
that.
we get the same one? Did we get the same invite?
We don't do that at all. We reject
It's
ourselves
crazy.
before
Yeah,
they
we
even tell
really
us to
do.
reject. Yes,
And then
correct.
a lot of the times too, we even pull ourselves back for when we should try out for things. I find
Correct.
we're always
That's
not
what I'm
putting
saying.
ourselves forward, like the fear, I don't know. I had watched someone on TikTok who had talked about the fact that when they actually go on and they are always having a smile on their face when they're talking to people. And he said, my smile is not my natural smile. It's there to put you at ease because
Yeah.
of the color of my skin.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
We
damn,
censor ourselves way more.
a
But yeah.
lot.
So
A
you
lot.
said you submitted to the form?
I did. So I didn't have the diagrams at the time because for your form, for your page, for everyone who doesn't know, she's got an amazing, like, it is phenomenal. Right now, I saw it on TikTok. It is an ad that she put out for Black History Month to encourage Black creators. She is going to be hosting and showing Black creators throughout the month of Black history on her page. And I mean, if you see her TikToks, they are phenomenal. She got a ton of followers. And if you see her on here, also got a ton of followers, and they're funny as hell, her videos. So it is such a great opportunity to get yourself out there and get known.
Thank you for plugging. And so just to be clear, so you said you will be submitting the headshot and the video at later time.
Yes.
I want to actually highly encourage that. Could you share why you're waiting to upload those?
Oh, I didn't have one. So when you actually asked, I was like, oh snap, I didn't actually have, because I wanted to submit, I just got the pictures of my cover. So definitely, if you guys are doing the form, before you go fill it out, I would suggest you have everything ready. And the two main things you should have ready is a headshot and a photo of your product or service or whatever it is you are offering, right?
So
that's what
I
it
would
says on the form.
also say this as well. So I asked for a headshot and then a 30-second video, and
Yes.
I want people to just I've seen a spectrum, if you will, and just I would say just put your best foot forward with that. Don't be in such a hurry to get it done that you like, because at this point about 800 people have submitted, which is amazing.
Wow.
I can't wait to share this collection of creators afterwards. But I think sometimes people are like, I gotta get mine in. It's like, you have until the 28th.
Yes.
Breathe. Don't just rush and take a car selfie, because there are 800 people. Like, people are submitting the best of them right now.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
So I would just say, like,
that's so inspiring.
If you don't have the best of you right now, just wait until the 28th and then give me your best shot. Don't send me another picture of you at work in your mask.
Oh my God, no.
That's
oh my
all
God.
I'm going to say.
No.
Or you know what? I'm not going to shame anybody. If that is your best, then I will take it.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. But it's funny because I was actually going to upload a video because I had posted on my TikTok, but it was 38 seconds. I was like, dang it. So that's why I was like, okay, I'm going to hold it off and I'm going to do 30-second video.
Curly Quiche, if that 38-second video is your best,
it won't upload. So yours
you can DM it to me.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Okay.
Yep. I said that on the form too. You can send me. Tons of people have direct messaged me their videos, so DM them on Instagram, headshots as well. But I just lastly have to say, send your best, because the video that you send me is the one that I'm going to blast out to people.
Yes. And how do you have the time? I'm just incredibly amazed. Like, how do you have the time to just go through? Because you even said, if you don't send the best, I'm going to make you look good. I'm going to edit it.
I'm going to edit it, but you got to give me something to work with. It can't just be you with low lighting in the basement.
No.
Well, the 30 seconds is pretty easy to like. That it would be like going through TikTok for like an hour. It's like but with creators. But some of them are so funny, and some of them are like different angles and at the lake and whatever. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is actually really fun. So I have a couple more callers in the chat. If you have maybe one more question, but
so everyone has got to get it in by the 28th, and there wasn't any limit to what kind of product or service, just as long as it was Black business owned, right?
Yes, and I would say, like I said, just send me your best. Like. One thing that I'm going to give you a great example. I'm going to put myself out there. So I have a yoga business, right? Hot Mess Yoga, the Hot Mess Yoga. I am not currently teaching classes, right? So I would not currently submit the form.
I see. Yes.
So sometimes I'll do this because I'm loving looking at people's websites as well.
Mm-hmm.
So when I go to a creator's website, let's say I go to your website and you sell books
Mm-hmm.
and you're sold out of books, and you sell bonnets but you're sold out, there's nothing in
Yeah.
stock. It's a little bit difficult. It's like, well,
Yeah.
if this is something I'm blasting to my followers
You
and you
want it to
don't
be
have
ready.
any inventory,
Yes.
you counted yourself out. I
Yeah.
personally don't have any inventory right now. I
Mm-hmm.
pre-recorded some yoga videos of myself, but I am not currently teaching, which is what I do
Mm-hmm.
well. So if this
Okay.
was, if I was somebody else, I would not currently submit, because it's like, if Amber chose me, I have nothing to actually offer the following
Mm-hmm.
right now. So
Do
that
what
would
you
be the
have and do what's your best right now.
right now. So when I go to websites and they're under construction or currently out of
Yeah.
stock for merch, I
Yeah.
cannot use that, you know. So
That makes
that would
sense.
be
That makes
my
sense.
biggest, that would be my biggest tip for people. Like, make sure your shop is you know,
It's
has
ready to
stuff
go.
in it.
Ready to go.
Correct.
So absolutely quick question. How personal, how far along are you?
I am 27 weeks.
Okay, this is your first, right?
My first.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm doing April.
Don't
I got a long
forget
time.
sleep, 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 sleep. And get one of those C pillows. When you get further along, it's literally shaped like a C. It's a body pillow. That will really help you sleep.
I have the best
you have
body pillow. The only
that's
thing
awesome.
I have a problem with now is being on the pillow when I go to the bathroom at night. But yes, I appreciate that. And thank you for these questions and this dialogue. And everybody,
Thank you
remember,
for having me.
send your best. Thank you so much,
Yes.
Curly Quiche.
Bye.
Bye. All right, y'all. Like she said, are you eligible if your business is 1/2 Black? I would say so. But you know what? A really good, that was a really great question. I would also say I've been getting some questions where what I want you to do, because the form isn't that long. I want everybody who's asking me a question to go look through all the questions first and then hit me with the answer. You should be able to still look at the questions, but some people have asked me like, well, what if I just want more followers? I don't really have a business. And it's like, go look at those questions, because those questions will feed out that. You know what I'm saying? It'll be like, what's your business website? What's your brand's name? What's your brand's mission? And if you just want followers, do independent contractors count? I actually did get that question a couple times. If you are an independent contractor and you have your own website, your own brand, if you can answer all of those questions, and if you are just plugging your work, then go for it. Then go for it. All right, I have another person in the chat here. These are some really great questions, y'all. I don't mean to shame anybody. I love that these questions are coming in. So keep that clarity coming. I don't know what these badges are, but thank you to the people who have been giving. Oh my God, how awesome is that? I'm still new. Like, every day, Instagram is adding something new. So thanks for being patient with me as well. As I learned with all of you. This person, I'm letting you in. I'm not sure if you can see it on your end. All right. Any other additional questions while this person is popping in? Any other questions about the Black History Month business creator form? I have been wowed by some of the pictures and the videos and the websites. I see some of those websites and I'm like, I need to get my website together a little stronger, because this is really good. So don't forget, send me the best of you. Let's see. Somebody else said, how do you create a look you're known for on Instagram? Okay, that person's not able to. How do you create a look that you're known for on Instagram? I will say one designer tool that I use that is very user friendly. If you're not super tech savvy, I would highly, highly, highly recommend Canva. Okay, that's Canva. I use Canva every single day. If you look on my Instagram, you'll see that I try to do my absolute best to put like a thumbnail on every single one of my reels, so that you'll know where what real, like if you liked something and you thought it was funny, it should be names. I use Canva every single day. I use Canva for my hot mess yoga Instagram. I use Canva for our podcast Instagram. Canva is the shit, and I already found some incredible designs that I'll be using for Black History Month to showcase all of your brands. Somebody just asked me how many brands will I be choosing. So I will be highlighting 28 Black businesses, okay? One for each day of Black History Month. So it's gonna be like day one, this person. Does that make sense? Day two, they're gonna get a full day because I want people to have their credit cards ready to support those people. So like I said, please, please, please make sure if you're submitting that your website is crispy clean, that your Instagram is crispy clean, because I'm gonna be sending some traffic your way. And you don't wanna get there and you don't want people to come and then they can't buy nothing. That makes sense, right? So be about that business, about that action. Let me see. I had somebody here. Let me see if I can get you in, love. If you're looking for the form, the link is in my bio on my page. I have been trying to drop that link every day in my stories as well. I love posting Instagram stories. I don't know if you've seen that or not, but me and the stories, we are besties. So look at my Instagram stories. Also look at my Instagram bio, okay? You should see the BHM, that's Black History Month 2022 form. Or if you direct message me on Instagram, I would gladly send you the form. People have been filling it out. If you can't upload any of the materials, direct message them to me. I am letting people in, but they're not. It's probably me. It's you. It's you. All right, I'm going to answer some more of these. Y'all remember that from Tyler Perry? Tripod suggestions. If I could recommend anything to some creators, I would highly recommend a ring light with a tripod. I would recommend 2 tripods. I don't have a specific brand of tripod that I support. I definitely just got like one basic one on Amazon, and then I would highly recommend a ring light. It just makes things look better. I use my ring light not every day on the stories and stuff, but every time I have an audition, they look crispy clean. So get the, if you're somebody who's like in front of the camera a lot, people want to see those. People want a face to the brand, okay? People like to see your face. Don't just show products all the time. People like to see your face, and they like to see a little bit of light behind that camera, okay? All right, trying to let some folks into the chat. We try. Oh, Mangrotto is a good one. Camera and phone attachments. Love that. Oh, it's not that. Manfrotto. Are you sure, Tony? You sure about that, Tony? I don't have that one, but I do love the ring light that I have. Oh, okay, let's see. Got some other people coming in here. I'm sorry, y'all. It could be, these nails ain't that long now. They did little permits. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing? Thank
I'm
you. I'm nervous. I didn't think you would pick me.
No. I was letting some others in, but I think it's because I'm close to 8. People are like, all right, girl, we got to go. But please, ask away. What's your name, friend?
My name is Jasmine. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
My question is, well, you kind of touched on it, but my question was, do you think it's fine for you to be the face of your brand? Because for my brand, I sell like lashes and lip glosses and accessories. I don't have models. So it's me putting on the lip gloss. It's me advertising the lashes. But how would you handle like people coming at you? Because they're like, oh, now I know who to like come to you for, or if you have like a problem or anything.
So one, I think it is preferred to put a face to a brand because people like face-to-face stuff. But what's an example of like a problem?
Well, I haven't had any problems yet. I just think I'm nervous about it. But let's say like someone didn't receive their order or something broke them out, and they're like, "Oh, well, Jasmine, your face is everywhere. I'm about to come harass her."
Let me tell you what you're gonna do, friend. Let me put you on some game. You're going to pretend that you have a team.
Okay.
I've done this for many years. I first started pretending I had a team in the classroom. Okay. Mm-hmm. So when I taught high school years ago and a kid was like, you put me in detention, this part had blah, blah, blah. And I'll be like, well, it's to the board now. We, the board are going to discuss that and we're going to get back to you.
Okay.
But your detention has been submitted to the board.
Okay.
There was no board. I was the board. Okay.
Yes.
And you can do the same thing with your business. People don't need to know. People could, like, you might be the face of your brand, but you could have an assistant. You could have a graphic designer. We don't know, photographers or whatever. So sometimes, just in general, even for my yoga business, I would be like, well, we will consider issuing you a refund. Could you please show me the timestamp on this? And it was just me. Unless you count Ben. I used to call Ben my intern for hot minute.
Yes.
But just lie. I mean,
Okay.
if you can put a face to your brand and say, like, we will get back to you. Thank you for reaching out to our customer support team. We'll get back to you.
Okay.
And it's you. Just lie.
Okay, because I'm like, I do everything. And like you said, I use Canva. I do the photos, everything. And I'm like, I'm just so nervous. Like, they're going to attack me. They're going to attack me. But
No.
it's just me. I'm a one-woman show.
Just be like, we are terribly sorry. My assistant dropped the ball on this. My assistant dropped the ball. And happy to provide clarity here. They don't need to know that it's just you.
Okay. But no, I appreciate that so much.
Absolutely. Because I started learning that other people do that all the time.
Okay.
They lie all the time, especially at the doctor's office. They'll be like, who did you speak with? I'm like, you, Joanne. I spoke to you.
I spoke to you.
They're like, no, you probably spoke to Karen or Heather. I'm just like, Joanne, I just got off the phone with you. I saw you pick up my call from the lobby. And they're like, hold on, let me just pick up this on line one. It ain't nobody on line one. So if other people are lying, you lie too. Go lie your application in general.
Yes.
But if anybody ever pops off on like what they've received, have you ever had any issues with customers that are like mostly their fault?
Only if it's like an address. They're like, oh, I've submitted my address wrong, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, can you like redirect my package or whatever? And it's usually like out of my hand. I can't like chase down the mail carrier, but.
Yeah, we'll be like, well, my intern, Kevin, this is the address he received. So he was told to send the packages there. And so we're going to have to expedite some shipping. Like that's going to be an additional fee. Because Kevin, I had to pay for Kevin's labor that day.
Right.
And you're Kevin.
All right. I'm Kevin.
You're Kevin. Literally.
Yes.
Just lie. That's the tip
No,
of the
right.
night. Well, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Keep doing your thing. All right. We'll see you.
Bye-bye.
Yes, friends. You've got to lie out here. Motherfuckers are lying out here. Okay? I don't lie every day, but when it came to the business, if I dropped the ball on something, sometimes if I dropped a major ball, like I've never dropped the ball, like forgot somebody's yoga event that booked me. But if it was like a miscommunication, I'll be like, I'm talking with my team about this. Like, let me get back to you in 3 days. That's all I do. Lie. I don't have really anybody. I think I see somebody in the chat, but they've been the person that's been struggling all night. So I will take any questions that y'all in these last couple minutes, because it's gonna cut me off anyway. I will take any business related questions that y'all have right there. You can just type them in. If you have already submitted your application, it's not too late. I want to tell you, it's not too late. You're back. I'm gonna try you, friend. I don't know what was going on, friend, but I'm gonna try you. You got 1 full minute. Yeah. Yay! You're here.
Yeah.
You have literally a minute because it's gonna kick me off. What's going on?
That's totally fine. I talked to you before. My name is Ariel. I have a business, catering business. It's doing well. Called Bougie Eats, and I serve cannabis infused food and edibles, treats, all that jazz, and it's doing really well. I took your advice, and I just wanted to say thank you. That's really
Wait. What? Remind me what my advice was. I'm so sorry.
It was November. Back in November, I just told you, I was like, I'm spiraling. I don't know where to start. I don't know how to finish. I don't know where to go from here. And you were just like, take it day by day. And I basically did take it day by day. I put a menu out each week, see if I got some responses. So now I have about like 10 people that get meals from me on a weekly basis. So
yes. And just take care of them.
I just love you.
And then ask them what their birthdays are and give them freebies on their birthdays.
I do. And I actually did that. I did that for Christmas. For Christmas, my clients got edibles. Everybody got a little treat, a little cereal bar. So everybody loved it. So I am grateful for Axe Amber.
Yay! Thank you. We have to end on that note, but I so appreciate that success story. Could you please drop your handle before this
Of course.
kicks me out of this thing? We love to see it. I'm waiting for the day somebody calls me and is like, yeah, that you gave me was terrible advice, and now I'm living on the street because whatever. But it hasn't happened yet. So I'm very, very excited about this.
Yes.
Okay, well, I will see y'all next week. This is about to turn me off, but you heard it here first, folks. We got a success story. And best of luck with your catering business. I'm so